I don't know whether I'm at the highest of highs or the lowest of lows. I'm finishing up some of the approval process on my new book, Edge of the Golden Moon. It's the new book, the next in the series of the Burt Mars thrillers. The first one was In a Country with No Name. I probably should have had a copy of that book to show you, but you can imagine it. And the new book, Edge of the Golden Moon, is coming out. Should be by May, I believe. And, when you go through the process, it's a big ego dump to put all your stuff out there in the world and expose your thoughts, expose some of the vulnerability of the character, which is always kind of yourself as well. And at times, at turns during the day, I'm at the most elated that I can be, and I'm also at the depths of despair. So it's a funny time, and I think the bottom line is I should try to enjoy it and not not obsess it. What you think when you do something ambitious, like write a book, is you need to say, I wanted to do this. This is my choice, so this is where I want to be. So whatever feelings I feel, I'm just going to have to take it. And I also wanted to say something about this crazy trailer for Disclosure Day. I saw it a few months ago, and I had these thoughts then, and I just, this Disclosure Day movie, it's Steven Spielberg, it's about UFOs, it's an issue of the moment film because of all this stuff that has come out. I think due to the U.S. government opening up for one reason or another, opening up their willingness to share what they really know rather than just dismissing it and having the media follow along with their story. So UFOs are big, big, big in the news now. Some might say that UFOs accompany times of great societal unease. That's when UFOs come big in the news. If you're old enough to remember the 70s were in the U.S. were all inflation and the despair of losing the Vietnam War, humiliation, Watergate. A lot of people in the U.S. kind of begin glorying in the fact that the U.S. was in a bad spot. And UFOs and fringe theories and things were very big. So this Disclosure Day is coming at a time when UFOs are big again. But for me, I'm less obsessed about the reality of UFOs or not, but by this terrible CGI animated animals. What is it with Spielberg and animated animals like this? I thought why don't they just bring back that stupid groundhog from the Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull movie? That I just don't understand why they can't get a little bird to walk on a table, or just somebody must have a pet elk, or take some footage in the zoo and then you can composite it with the same CGI you would normally use to animate this dumb animal walking along that doesn't look real at all. And I'll tell you, you got to watch, there's a red bird, a cardinal. It's a cardinal that in the Steven Spielberg realistic UFO trailer that flew right out of the Snow White movie with Rachel Zegler. It's a cartoon animal in the way it moves. And I don't think we missed it, but see, here's a cardinal. It's a motif. That cardinal is some kind of motif in the whole movie, apparently. So you'd think, couldn't they just film a little cardinal at a bird feeder or something? I watched these feeds. Okay, here's another thing. We'll be back to the cardinal. Any UFO movie that has crop circles in it shows that the people who make it don't really they don't really care about the reality of the movie. They're just throwing a bunch of UFO stuff in it that's related to UFO stuff. Because people who know about the lore, I'm not even that big on UFOs and the lore, but I know crop circles are mainly a kind of European English thing, and they've kind of been debunked. A lot of people have shown how they've done it. There's a lot of unverified claims of how magical they are, but this is just a lot of art form garbage. And so you can imagine, the UFO consultant on this Disclosure Day film said, oh, crop circles? Well, that's been completely debunked. You wouldn't want that in there. But, oh, they're associated with UFOs, so we're going to have them in the movie. So this makes me a little suspicious, or sus, as some people say about this film. So here's our crop circles. Oh, yeah. Some probably psychic stuff. See, a lot of this looks interesting. I'm intrigued by it. It's Spielberg. It's UFOs. You got to think back to Close Encounters, maybe E.T. So it's intriguing. I'm not going to turn up my nose too much at it. But the style of this, the filming kind of looks like an X-Files episode, doesn't it? X-Files always filmed outside like this. It's always overcast skies, always kind of dark inside, extra moody. Like when Mulder or Scully always goes in their apartment, they're going to have some crazy thing happen there. So they always walk into their apartment. It's like pitch black. And when they turn on the light, it illuminates about 8 inches around the light bulb. It's this very eerie world they have to live in for the mood. Here's a lot of people. That's very X-File-ish. Here's this elk thing again. The elk, it looks like just a head they could have taken off of a lodge, an old taxidermy head. And the way there's something about CGI movement of animals that does not look real. Here's a bird. Now this cardinal is one of the main symbols of the movie, and it came over to Disclosure Day right off the set of Snow White with those animated dwarves. I wonder if the aliens are are going to look like the dwarves. Okay. Oh, another just. This is another scene, kind of from Snow White. Maybe doesn't look that real. They like I say, they couldn't they have filmed some animals in the zoo and then using the same computer technology, then composited them into a real scene, so it doesn't have this whole fake CGI look. I guess this is how films are going, and I don't really hate CGI, but when it inserts itself into an otherwise realistic UFO film, I just don't know. But anyway, I don't know. I usually I don't rant this much, and when I do, it's over something that's insignificant, because I love the movie. I love Spielberg, who's always one of my film heroes. When I went to film school, it was around the time he was on Time magazine, so I got the cover and I put it in a frame on my wall in college. So I can't wait to see this movie. I'm going to see it. I think filmmakers have to be aware of what the CGI, which is essentially, maybe we shouldn't say CGI. We should just say animated. You put animated characters in there. They're very realistic, but the movement is off. Okay, I don't know why. I just wanted to say all that. And I'm going to have more on my book that's coming up, Edge of the Golden Moon. So stay tuned to the channel and like and subscribe. I'm going to be posting more. Thanks.